Like
what's up, everybody?
That intro is
How's
like
everybody?
super heavy. The intro is super heavy. I
like it. Appreciate that. That's an old tune of ours. But yeah, everybody, this is Blevins Vox with Talkbox Live, and we are talking with Mr. Adam Joad from the band Scattered Hamlet. He's the guitar player and lead singer. How's it going, Adam?
Good, man. How are you doing, sir?
Oh man, pretty good. Trying to stay away from jabronis.
Yeah,
you know how it is.
Dude, they're out there everywhere. They just it's like an epidemic, man. I swear to God.
It is.
Yeah,
it is. It has been for years, but you know.
Yeah, geez. I don't know. Maybe it's social media. They got like a platform to talk. That's the problem. Talk shit on the internet.
Oh yeah. But you know what? It's to each his own, and it's a place for us to do the same damn thing. So
I up usually every day I wake up to see like what the haters are saying. It always cracks me up. Like and then my favorite thing is like when you see the degree of hate, but then you always have to like find out who this person is that has this much hate towards you. And then it's pretty funny usually when you look at their page, like they're not generally very successful people.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, turn your mic down just a little bit. You keep clipping out on me, I think. I think that's what it is. Okay.
All right, wait a second. I gotta just go into my input. All right, that should cut some of that down a little bit.
Okay, cool.
All right, like that. There we go. All right, sounds good.
All right, cool. But yeah, everybody, this guy here. Yeah, how long have y'all been a band again?
Oh shit, it's been a while. It's been a lot of I guess I mean when we started as a band versus when we started touring are two different things. We've been around for probably 10 years, but less so, as actually like, touring and stuff, it's more at first trying to just get everything going and, kind of decide what it is and stuff and, get a lineup together. And, about that amount of time. So, we got 3 full lengths, 2 EPs. So we've been around. We've been here a bit.
Yeah. I was thinking so. I mean, God, it's been so long. I interviewed you, 3 years ago?
Yeah. And it's also weird, that you add COVID into it. You add
and the year after, I mean, it was a shit show.
Yeah. So you had like a couple of years there. Our drummer got hurt a while back, and that we took some time off for that. So it hasn't been like full. We've always been here, but in terms of being and getting after it, it's been a little bit of ebbs and flows. Get kicked off sometimes.
My ass is getting old. I had to put my damn reading glasses on because I'm not at the house on my big computer, and I'm on this phone, and my thing's about that fucking big, and I can't see or read shit.
I got right here. I've got like I have my stupid Steve Vai book, like his guitar warm up thing, and sometimes like I can't see shit. I'm like I have to like pull it. Like when I start going like this stuff, I'm like, all right, I'll just put the glasses on.
Yeah, no doubt. And I don't ever wear them except for certain times, like today I got to, but any damn way. But yeah, these guys are going out on the road. When do y'all go out? Tuesday or Wednesday? Next Wednesday.
our first show's next Wednesday.
That's
So
Memphis, right?
that would be Memphis at High Tone, and
Mm-hmm.
we'll rehearse on Tuesday, and just to get everything together. I mean, we know what we're doing. Like we already
Oh
kind
yeah.
of talked and worked this stuff out. We just got to get in the room, work the show out a little bit. That won't take very long. So it's not rocket science at this point.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. So, I yeah, I don't see why all these big bands, get together and they rehearse for a week or two before they, you know, I'm like, I
Well,
don't get it.
I guess if
You've been together 30 fucking years. You ought to.
unless you just don't work at it at home, like it's that's the thing. Like, it's up to us to be like, okay, do you want to stay at home or do you want to like come into a room and be prepared for a day or two? Like, so if you want to,
Right.
if you want to come a week ahead of time and not think about this, okay, that's fine. But it's
Exactly.
nobody wants to do that. It's like, so that's what we really want to do. Be, as hot as it is and stuff, to be like, we want to rehearse for like, a week ahead of time, or, you just do a little bit each day at home and, make sure that, you're on point, or, and then it's just a matter of just working parts out and, stay tough. We always switch the setup a little bit, and things like
Mhm.
that, but that kind of stuff, the only time is if you switch a member, then you kind of have to get into that, like,
Oh,
we're notorious. We've had
going through that shit right now, and we haven't even found a drummer. We're just using fill-ins for right now because we don't want to deal with the shit,
Yeah,
So,
drummers are good rhythm sections, like, pretty critical. And it's and everybody just plays different, like, it doesn't mean it's better work. It's just different, like
Right.
even from like Jake to Grant. Jake was more of a punk rock drummer at the end of the day, and Grant is he played he's a lot, he was in Nashville, he's a lot more groove oriented, so it's just just different approaches. It makes you sound different, and you have to adapt what you're doing to make the band sound better.
Exactly. That's the guy we got that's coming to play with us on these shows in 2 weeks is he's a punk rock drummer, and he is straight up punk, fucking Travis Barker type shit. And I've been practicing with him, and it's I've had to tone my stuff down a lot.
Slow down, son. That's what I tell him, moving too fast.
Yeah, no doubt. So, but it is what it is. We're keeping it going. So
No, it's cool. But it all brings out something different, like, it's like, unless you're like, I don't know, fucking like James Brown, where he had like 3 drummers, and he's like, no, you play on this song. I like the way you do that, and then this one.
yeah. Well, neither one of us are at that stage yet. So
I don't think anybody's James Brown either. So, but no, I'm definitely not there. So, I love James Brown. That'd be awesome.
yeah. So that'd be nice to have that convenience. But
you ever watch Tales from the Tour Bus? I don't know if it's a Mike Judge thing. It's
no, I haven't. I'll have to check it out.
Season 1 is outlaw country artists, and they're telling stories, like, and season 2 is funk, and the James Brown one is like one of my favorite. Like, it was. And they got the guy narrate, and they're like, and for some reason at 62 years old, James Brown's like, I want to try some PCP. And then it's like, and then they just go on and tell these crazy James Brown stories. Like, it's like, you got discovers PCP in his 60s, and is driving off the shotgun. It's pretty incredible. Yeah, I love it. It's just one of those funny things. You're like, damn, man, it's just a different world.
Yeah, no doubt. So Memphis is High Tone, and then the next night y'all are with us in Jackson, Mississippi at Hallowmouse, old stomping ground for us. So that's cool.
Everything I think, I always think of the Charlie Daniels. Last thing he won was to get in a fight in Jackson, Mississippi on a Saturday night. So every time I see
hell yeah,
I think of that.
Damn
Charlie.
right.
Yeah, I don't want to get in a fight in Jackson, Mississippi, so that's cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway.
And then, where are y'all Friday night?
That's a good question. I think Friday night we're in Alabama at a place called the Nick in Birmingham.
Oh yeah, the Nick played there many years ago. Well, I'd say it was many years, about 2002, and that's been many years ago. So yeah, it's a cool place, man. It's a fucking trailer, a long ass trailer. You think it's going to be a shithole dump, but it's one of the coolest fucking rock venues. It's nostalgic, man. It's a fucking legend.
Yeah, I've been there. We've been there a couple times, you know.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
It's always been I don't know. We've struggled to have good shows in Alabama for some reason. I don't know why. You know, like just been hasn't. But there's many things that can go into. There's many factors. Days a week, venue, promoters, bands you're with. It could be us. It could be anything. So
yeah, no doubt.
Any number of things. So hopefully we can switch that around a little bit this time.
Yeah, it's like it happens with everybody. Even we just went out played a show with Junkyard over in Arkansas back in December, and I went and saw them at two places before that. I kind of went on a road trip with them, and two packed places. Two places before were packed, and then we get to Arkansas, and dude, there was fucking 15 people there.
Yeah, it's just goes, there's a lot of regional town. It's weird. We go through that all the time. You just don't know.
Yeah.
And then when you think it's gonna be really good, it'll be like really weird. And
yeah. Well, I don't know how much this venue promoted, probably none at all. And the thing is they didn't even have posters up of the fucking show anywhere on the venue.
There's some sweet venues and promoters who like to use that trick. It's like, it's magical. Like you just book it, you don't promote it. You don't put up any flyer. You don't tell anybody anything's going on there. But then you get mad. You be like, why didn't you guys bring anybody? It's like, well,
no shit, exactly.
There's components to that. There's a mutual responsibility for all these things, and
exactly. We're it's not just on us. I mean, you're the promoter. You're the one spending the damn money. Get your ass in.
That's the thing. I always like. Do you like to not make money? I don't need to lose money. It bums me out. I guess maybe they have a lot to burn. I don't know.
No doubt. So Friday night in Alabama at the Nick, and then Saturday night we're back with y'all again down on the coast in Mississippi at Long Beach at a place called Tracks, and I think y'all played there before years ago. The guy that owns the place was telling me, about that. So.
Yeah, I don't remember. They all. I did when I was there, but I cannot for the life of me.
Remember it.
Yeah, some of them start running together after a while, especially if they were like looped into like a long run. And it's kind of gets. There's some that stand out. Some things I don't remember. I don't know if it's just getting older. Too many. I've been hitting head too many times. I'm not sure. What it is, but some of them I don't remember. But I do remember that we were there. But other than that, that's all I can tell you about it. I was like, oh, cool, But I remember it just the routing to get back there again. So, it was just one of those ones. It was, there wasn't a reason we didn't go back. It just didn't seem to work out that way.
Yeah. Oh, I'd have loved to play the Nick again. I've been trying to get in there. It's just, it's fucking rough right now.
It's rough everywhere. There's, I guess, the new trick is all the booking agents from all the major agencies just put out it's like they're shooting a shotgun and they put holds everywhere just in hopes that some of their bands go out. So because they're trying to recoup money from COVID. So there's a lot of these venues with a lot of holds and they're just waiting to put one of the bands in there. So like a lot of places we're running into that, they're like, well, we got a hold on this thing. It's like, okay, well, how long's that hold been there? We'll contract it. It's I get it. Everybody lost money. It's good.
Exactly.
During stuff, and that's why a lot of bands got back together. A lot of people like, hey, we need to go out again. And, I get it. And we know we're not exactly at the top of the pecking order. So, we got to kind of compete for what's left there. And get it and try to stay as busy as possible. Within reason. And that's the unfortunate.
Yeah. Are y'all playing anywhere Sunday? Or y'all headed back to the house, or what's up?
We're gonna head back on Sunday. I don't think we locked anything down. We might have to we might film some stuff, for social media and do some kind of business kind of things. But yeah, we're not appearing anyway. We're going to be doing something, but so we're not too far away. We're gonna start this run out of Nashville. We either tour to Nashville or up where I am near West Virginia there. So this runs a Nashville one. So we kind of have 3 different bases, I guess, if you will. We're either in Louisville, West Virginia, or Nashville.
Yeah, we definitely need to do a show at the Cobra. Didn't y'all play at the Cobra in Nashville?
Yeah, the Cobra.
Okay.
That was really good. They did a sweet.
We need to play there together.
That'd be cool. They did a sweet hipster trick where they don't tell people that there's a stage in the back, like you're just supposed to know.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, that's another thing. I like the hipster move. Like, no, don't tell anybody there's a stage back there. But it was fun because we had like there's about 5 or 6 extra people like, we were there and you guys weren't playing. I was like, no, we were there, and I assure you, we were there. We had a whole show. We have video of it. It was a real good show. A lot of people came, and but there was some folks that missed it because they were hanging out in front watching, like that little stage, where singer-songwriters play. It's kind of fun.
Right, exactly.
They're like, we're waiting for you guys to play there. I was like, how the hell would we have fit on that stage? Like we have.
Yeah, no shit. I mean.
But somebody would have been. I was like, I also told him, I was like, you could have asked somebody too. That's also
exactly. Where's the big show? We're scattered Hamlet. So,
but yeah, anyway. That'd be a cool one. That venue was fun. We had a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And we played at a brewery one time. That was a really big stage, and it was a fun one too. The previous time in Nashville, and we played with, I'm trying to think of the name of the band. They were really good, and I'm really bummed out because I was going to give them a shout out right now, and I can't remember. But yeah, but they're a band. Also, the rest of the band is also tours as a backing band for like popular country artists too, and Them Vibes. Boom, got it. Vibes. It was the band, and they were really good. We didn't. I think our fans appreciated them. I don't think their fans loved us. They didn't quite understand what we were, or they did understand and didn't like it. That happens too. But yeah, it's a different thing. I just have a real eclectic taste of different types of music, so I'm a little more probably open-minded towards that than like your average person comes out and listens to us. Like I'd be stoked if there was a Duran Duran fucking tribute band playing with us. So, like I'm sure most of our fans.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. Yeah. Well, the cool thing with us is our sound kind of it's not the same, but it goes together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so. It's not like it's not. It makes sense. It's like
exactly. So
my beef is when we get like for some reason some promoters love to book us with extreme metal. And they like
that's what's happening on the coast, kind of
like, and it's I don't know, it's just kind of like to get beat over the head with double kick and like really screamy stuff. It has its place, of course, and I like some of it, but it's not really I don't know, it doesn't really set the vibe for our show. It doesn't seem to it's not exactly that's gonna be sometimes like one time I saw Danzig. He was headlining, but the bill was like Cattle Decapitation, Deicide, and then 3 other bands that sounded like those bands. So like by the time Deicide got on stage, which I was very excited for, like I'd been beat over the head with double kick, like the trigger double kick, like so much. And then Danzig comes on, he's like the evil blues rocker, and I was like, I understand this is all evil. That doesn't sound anything like, which is maybe that's cool, but it's but it was funny because it was all very like extreme, and then there was like dancing. It's just odd. I love that stuff.
Yeah, no doubt. And not to get on this subject, but me and you also have another thing that kind of lines us up. I mean, not just music. I coached D2 football, and you played D2 football, wide receiver.
That is correct. Yeah, I was. I played wide receiver, and Yeah, that was I can go from 0 to Al Bundy faster than I can run a 40 these days.
Yeah, no shit. I'm with you on that. So.
It's so bad. Like I'm on a text group with a bunch of guys I played ball with, and we're not in our athletic prime by any
Right.
stretch. But we didn't get the memo. Like so when we're like talking back and forth, we're like, um, we're still talking about like stuff that happened, God, long time ago. Like we're talking crap. Who could do this? And I was like, none of us can do any of that. By the way, like, and it gets I showed up last night, yesterday when you asked me to do this yesterday. I've been involved in mixed martial arts for a long time, and I really haven't trained I train all the time, but I mean I haven't like actually like sparred or like done anything. And one of the younger fellas has a 185-pound fight coming up in Ohio in 2 weeks, and he's like, I need you to come to my fight camp and work with me. And I was like, I don't know, man. It's been a minute. I was like, I got to go on tour next week, and then he makes fun of me. I'm like, all right, I'll be there. So I put up a picture on Facebook. Like my foot is black. Like I kicked.
I saw that.
And it's like I'm like, yep, that's what I did. And I feel like the bus hit me. Like this arm's like purple here, and it was pretty funny. I took a couple shots, and it was good. But I hadn't done it in a while, and obviously, it's like anything. I mean, imagine putting on football pads and going and doing that. Like I'm sure even you just get sore whenever you go into it. But it was fun. I'm glad I got to. I'm glad I'm healthy enough to do that, and I'm glad that I can help out a little bit, and that's all cool. But I probably should not be doing that at this point. I should stick to coaching. I think is. I'm a good one since I ever was that Toby Keith song.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Like listen, like you guys are like 20, 21 years old. I'm like, I got like one round, man. I was like, I'll give you one 5-minute round. I was like a full tilt. Then I'll do some jujitsu and stuff. I was like, oh, it's pretty fun. But I kind of stumbled into that after football. Like that was, after I was done with my football career, I decided I was going to be playing music full time, and I ended up in Los Angeles. And I still wanted to do something that was competitive and stupid like football, and I found mixed martial arts, and which is competitive and stupid like football. And so I was always have been involved in that to various degrees, like throughout my adult life. Health.
Yeah. Well, meatheads stick together.
It's funny because like I watch the younger guys, and I know what's going through their head. I was like, yeah, you're gonna beat me. I was you. I get it. Like it's. It's good stuff. One of the guys at the camp was actually he was a semi. He plays in like up in Pittsburgh in one of the semi-pro leagues, and he was a linebacker, and he was just like one of those he was just a very explosive man, a very explosive young man. Like he just some of the stuff that you'd be going with him that he could do. It was just kind of cool. Like, and I think it's like that. Maybe not for all music fans, but like I appreciate anything that people take time to learn how to craft and spend time to get good at, whether it's playing guitar or singing or something like that. Like especially when someone has like something natural that you don't have, and it's just cool to watch. So I don't really care what it is, if it's like something like that, or I could someone be the greatest bowling ball stacker, and I'd probably sit around and talk to him about how he stacks bowling balls because
hell yeah. Well, let's get back on the subject of music. What can folks expect from Scattered Hamlet on the road?
We're
alive,
Yeah, we're a live band. Like we're pretty rowdy. Like I'm a little chill tonight, but like the show is very. We pride ourselves on being, having the kind of energy, and we're very we take a lot from pro wrestling, believe it or not. Like there's a lot of you can hear a lot of our stuff with that, you know, and it's you know it's funny because people see us on stage and they think you're like that all the time, and you know, like we don't stay in character 100% of the time. We can't. I watch the guys in like Steel Panther and stuff do that, and they're so good at it. It's great. But like I still flip back and forth, you know, like in the interviews, like so, you know. But yeah, that's a. It should be fun, you know. Like that's what we say. You know, anybody that comes out, they should have fun. You know, like even if you don't like the music, it should be entertaining enough that that you like it. Like my mom was involved in theater when I was a kid, and I'm not a giant fan of theater. No, I have nothing against it. I understand all the preparation, but you know, I can sing more show tunes than a straight man in the world. Yeah, but it's not because it's just because I learned it through like fucking osmosis by watching all these when she like did them. So, but it's funny. But like, but what I appreciate about all that is like the spectacle of it. Like even if it's something you're not into or you don't like that, there was always a spectacle or one person that could just stand out on the stage with their character and like make everybody watch them. Like so, even if you didn't like what was going on, you're watching what this person's doing. You're watching what that person's doing. I mean. And like that's the kind of stuff that we try to tap into, and you know, like, and I think a lot of pro wrestlers are good at it. Obviously, like we could talk about music. I mean, why do you know, like you want to see what somebody like David Lee Roth was going to do next? You know, like you're like this guy is like what is this guy going to do? He didn't know. You know, like I don't think he knew. You know, like he just does it. It's awesome. You know, and I think that little bit of like, you know, unexpected in that is kind of so that's what we go for in the show, you know, somewhere between pro wrestling, musical theater, and David Lee Roth.
Hell yeah. Now I have my own version of what y'all are like, but tell everybody what your you know what the scattered Hamlet sound is.
You know, it started out like we basically wanted to take like elements of traditional Southern rock and like team it up with like Motorhead, and that was the idea. I'm not saying we got close to that, but you know, like so we kind of teeter in those universes. You know, over time, you know, we've adapted our sound a little bit. We definitely have breakdowns with some stoner rock things. You know, like we try to keep the chorus is probably a little more poppy than, you know, like most stoner rock people would like. And, you know, so we're somewhere in that universe, you know. I've heard it a couple different, you know, people describe it a couple different ways. Many of them I liked, and some of them, sometimes people hear stuff and I like when people accuse us of ripping off something I've never heard before. I was like, listen, if I ripped it off, I'll tell you I ripped it off. You know, it's like, yeah, no, that's from this, you know, like I got any part of a song, you know, and be like, oh yeah, that was from this, or, you know, it's
right.
Yeah.
And a t-shirt or two maybe, but not, you know, we're not talking about
that t-shirt thing. Actually, that was different. Actually found the technology of flux capacitor, and we did go back in time and we influenced Kiss a lot, you know, like Gene and Paul took a lot from us when we went back in time the first time, and Doc's DeLorean. And so I felt that we could use the Destroyer stuff. I mean, I'm sure they're never going to admit this because they probably don't remember because they're, you know, but you know, that's what we did. And we, before the cease and desist came in, we pulled it down quietly, and we thank everybody for buying them because now we got a new trailer and it worked out pretty good.
Damn right. Oh hell yeah, yeah, that'll work. Nothing wrong with that. But you know, I call it redneck hard rock, southern rock, southern rock.
It really is. Yeah, it's really just really it's on it,
and it's fun stuff.
Yeah, it's really like that's what it is, you know. And we've done it different ways, you know, with different lineups. You know, like it was always supposed to be like twin guitar stuff, but it's very difficult to find two lead guitar players that will work together and don't try to outwank each other, because I don't like wank. Like, I mean, I like I like wank for the sake of wank, like when we're going like G3 and like Ingve and stuff, because that's what that's supposed to be. You know, like
right.
we're making
Exactly.
this wank really fast. And whenever I went to see a band, and,
But
you know,
to fucking yeah.
it's like you gotta play for the song, you know. And we just had so many like you know, ego crashes back and forth, and you know, and then you're adding other people to the mix. So, you know, finally I was just like, all right, I'm gonna do it. You know, I'm the other guy. You know, it's like this is how we're gonna do it. It's like it's more stuff to set up than when I was just a front man. But I was like, you know, look, I do this stuff, you know, on our demos anyway. Just got to work out, you know, enough that I can still do my stage show and play at the same time.
Right.
And, you know, and do that. And it's a lot more fun because now, you know, we can tag all the cool, like Thin Lizzy style stuff that we always wanted to do live, you know, and that we did on recordings.
Hell
stuff.
yeah.
You know, and that's what I like, you know, and bands like that, that's why they're classic, you know, like those guys aren't, you know, Skinner, that's three, you know, how do you find three guys, you know, that can know what to play in, you know, going back to football. I had a coach, and one time he went in on
you know your role. You know your role.
We had a coach walk in, and he said, "Run where they ain't," and then he put a chew in and walked away. That was his whole speech, and I was like, "What the fuck is he talking about?" Like the longer I've been in life, I know exactly what he was talking about. It's like run where they ain't, you know. So like this is where is someone not doing
self-explanatory.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. So you find your lane, you figure out where somebody else is, and you do it, and you make the song better, you know, and that's so we've been doing it that way, you know, a lot, and that's where we, you know, came out today. You know, so like I said, there's just been different, you know, versions of how we've done it, and you know, over the years. And that's sort of where we
that's
run where they ain't.
Yeah. Well, you know, and that's kind of the same way with us, except the three of us have pretty much been together off and on for 24, 25 years. Me, the lead guitar player, and the bass player. And we've gone through, you know, countless drummers. But every drummer, like we said at the start, every drummer plays a little different, you know, and just, you know, we went in the studio last weekend, and we used a professional drummer because we just wanted to, and we were like, holy shit, we never played with a professional drummer. This guy was like making notes and writing out shit like fucking Neil Peart and everything. I mean, everything. And it took maybe five takes on each song for it to be perfect. And we were like, holy fucking shit, you know? But
that's they're a different breed. Yeah, that's we work with one session guy. When Jake got hurt, when we recorded "Stay Hungry," you know, we used
okay.
He was a friend of ours, but you know, but he was a Berkeley guy, you know, like he's a guy. He's just a tremendous musician all around, you know, and you know, he came in and did a really good job. It was you know, it was different to work with someone like that. He definitely looked at it differently than we do, you know, which is
definitely.
And that was cool.
Our first album we recorded was back in 2000, and we did it with a drummer that had been with us for 3 years, but we had played all those songs live for 3 fucking years. So when we went in the studio, it was one take, you know, bam, 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 because we were like a fucking machine, you know, but we haven't had that ability, or whatever you want to call it, you know, the last few times. But
it's, you know, I know what you're saying. It's different, you know, like in you know, we've used you know, we've had other people, like, you know, sometimes when we're sitting around the studio, like it's sometimes can't even remember who played what, like, because you know, like back in the early days, we'd, you know, be like, here, hand it over to the producer, you know, like on our producer Ari, actually, on our song what is it?
We've never been able to afford a producer, so
well, our producer Ari, he played the lead on what was it on all right on Wishing Well. It's just something that I don't play, you know, like it just needed something like, you know, like really cool, like staccato, like metal, like on the thing, and he was just, you know, and we didn't, and Adam wasn't recording with us at the time, the other Adam. And so it was just the three of us in the studio. So it was just like, here, you do that, Ari. And Ari plays for like, he at the time he was playing the guitar player for like OTEP and some other bands. So
yeah,
just like went through there and like, and I was like, yeah, that. And then, it's like, so it's like that's what,
okay. That's done.
Like that. Yep, next. All right, cool. Because we could have sat here for days while I sat here and tried to go through and it wouldn't have sounded that good. Because it's not what I do. Like it's not my fault. I'm really not. I'm not a much of a I'm not a lead guitar player. I picked up the guitar to write songs. And
right, me too.
Yeah, and so it was just kind of like I'm very comfortable in that kind of like Malcolm zone or Izzy Stradlin. I'm a huge fan of him.
Exactly. Hell yeah. Yeah.
But I had to learn slide for us because I always wanted more slide, and it was hard to find someone that wanted to do that. So we do it. Sean and I are getting along really good with that. We're having a good time going back and forth.
That's cool.
Yeah, the studio, it's been cool. It's been fun working with Sean, and we grew up not far from each other, and we didn't know each other, but that there's a little bit of having lived a lot of different places, there's a little bit of synergy when people have like similar sets of experiences, you just kind of come from a similar place. So I think we kind of we sync up like that. So we've been having a lot of fun writing the new stuff that obviously isn't released yet, but working on the demos. And send stuff to him, he sends it to me, and we get excited about it. And then
hell yeah. When can we expect something new from y'all?
I have about 15 songs, demos that Sean and I have worked out that we're going to listen to and start hashing them out. So we could have probably next year. Honestly, we'll have stuff hashed out.
We're shooting for October, but we'll see. Yeah.
I don't like to do that because then it gets depressing after a while because everything takes long.
No shit.
Start getting into that, and we sat on Stereo Overthrow. Stereo Overthrow was recorded before the Wishing Well EP was. So the EP, we recorded the EP after Stereo Overthrow, and then we released Stereo Overthrow later. So it was kind of weird how we did. No, of course nobody knows that except now they do because I told you.
Now they do. Yeah.
But yeah, so it was, but we did retrack a lot of stuff. We did go back in. Because we originally went for a more raw approach with Stereo Overthrow, and we did most of it live. And then, Sean came along, and he was doing a lot of really cool kind of stuff that I thought really fit the songs well. And I'm like, hey, you know what? Here, I'm going to hand you this session. I'm going to pull this guitar out. So you put something there, and then he put it there, and I was like, that was really cool. Okay, put something here, and then pretty soon, So that album, actually has me, Sean, and Adam Newell playing on it now. And the first version of it was just me and Adam. So it made it a little different. And then, it got a little more polished. We took it in a different direction. And but it happens. It's just, you could pick at something for a long time. You get watch out. You'd be in fucking Chinese democracy territory. You'd be all cool.
Yeah, no shit. No doubt. Yeah, my guitar player plays slide, so I don't have to fuck with that shit. So I'm good. I'll play in a pentatonic box, and I stay in that box when I do play, and that's it.
Really? I didn't know. It was funny. I think I wrote 2 albums worth of material, and I didn't even know there were different pentatonic positions. I mean, now I know them all and stuff, but it was pretty funny because my friends that are virtual guitar players are like, well, which position is that? I was like, the one.
Yeah. Fuck, I don't know. What are you talking position?
Yeah, I was like, this one, I mean, now, I actually had a buddy that came over. He was one of those guys who went to the Paul Gilbert school and stuff. So he's and he would come over with me in the afternoon and fill in because I joined a punk band and then learned how to play instruments. So I'm like, there's some weird holes in my shit that people are like, wait a minute, how did you get there and didn't fill that? I was like, I don't know, So his mission has been to go through and try to fill these theory holes and it's pretty.
Yeah,
it's been a fun.
Yeah, no doubt.
Sometimes I'll be sitting there and I'm like, oh, I get it now,
Yeah, my guitar player was, reading a book on what's his name, Randy Rhoads, and talking about modes and drives and I don't even remember what the fuck all. And I was like, okay, that's cool, whatever. Yeah, you just don't talk to me about that shit any fucking more.
Yeah, here this is my mode collection because I decided like my buddy came over and he like has it's like this is so now I have like all these modes and bullshit and then when you get me in a room, I only explain how to play stuff on guitar based on the guitar player that I know who plays that way. So like my theory would be like, so if I tell you, it'd be like, so if I would want a pinch harmonic, there's 3 ways you could do a pinch harmonic. You're either going to Billy Gibbons it, you're going to John Christ it, or a Zakk Wylde. Then like
exactly.
That's my
exactly.
I was like, or put some Iomis on it. They're like, what is an Iomi? I was like, the Iomi. Then they tell me the real name for it. I was like, I refuse to accept that. It's an Iomi.
Yeah. I don't know. We can't go that route.
Those are John Christ. Zakk Wyldes are wider. They're different. They're just
exactly. I know the first time I ever heard Zakk Wylde play when he was on Blizzard. I mean, what the fuck? Damn it, Ozzy's album, something Ultimate Sin. No, that was Jakey Lee. There's one after that.
One with Miracle Man was the first single.
Yeah, I can't fucking. But the first time I heard that son bitch do a damn pinch harmonic, it was just like, what the fuck? That is just so badass.
He does some great.
I was, I'm a good bit older than you, so I was, that I was, holy shit. Was I 18? Was that 88 when it came out? 87, something like that?
Zone, yeah. I'm a useless music trivia master.
I'm not very good either, but I'm pretty decent with the 80s. But other than
that, yeah, I have like. Well, it's funny. I read that Zakk would go back. I'm friends with one of his old guitar techs. We talk shit back and forth with each other all the time. Mm-hmm. Zakk Wylde will sometimes in recordings, from what I understand, go back and double pinch harmonics, like to make them sound bigger. And Sean had sent me a demo the other day, and like he's like, I left your guitar stuff out, so go hit it. So I was trying to hit like these pinch harmonics on this fucking riff that Sean made, and I could not make them sound good. So I was like, I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna double these, and like I'm just gonna put them in the same track and send it back to him. And he was like, yeah, you caught like the pinch harmonics. I was like, yeah. I was like, yours sounded so good when you came off those. And he's like, well, I went in and doubled those. I was like, oh, I did too. And I wasn't going to tell you. So apparently we were all like doubling. I was like, oh shit. I was trying to like catch Sean. I was like, oh my God, he's doing these so good. And he still does them better than me. It's funny though. Yeah, we both came up with the same conclusion off that riff that we're like, yeah, we're just going to have to.
Yeah. But and it was actually the first time I heard Crazy Babies. It was just, take it down, take a wah, and it was just like, holy shit. I mimicked that for many years and never fucking mastered it. Still can't fucking do it.
Yeah, it's crazy. The like my buddy that like I said, tagged for him for a while, has a couple Les Pauls that Zakk had given him, and they're set up like Zakk Wylde Les Paul. The screws in the thing. They have the EMG active pickups, and it's neat to to just play them, to see like how they have it set up, which is very different than our sound. Like we're a very passive, electronic kind of thing.
Well, those EMGs help out a lot on being able to do that.
Yeah, well, you get things to mimic your style. Like I was, I think for like 2 years I worked with Dean guitars, and it's just not our style, like I did a lot of modifications to them. I loved them. The company was really cool. They're good to me. Give me free guitars. I love them. That's great. But, at the end of the day, it really wasn't, I was kind of,
it wasn't you.
Yeah. I'm fighting against the instrument to do, what I do, which I would be if I was using active pickups with the EMGs or something, it's just different, like everybody's different.
Right.
Like, somebody just picks up an instrument and it makes sense to them. And some people can just pick up any instrument. They always sound like themselves, and other people like
exactly
like specific ones, like,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's weird like that. Music's kind of a cool journey. Like when you get into those kind of directions and stuff. And
oh yeah. I've never been that kind of guy that can play any instrument, any guitar in it. I take that back. I can play them and they sound pretty much like me because I'm a rhythm guitar player, but I mean, pickups do make a big difference. I've actually gone to, I've gotten to where I love P90s.
Do what? No, those are the shit. That's like my,
yeah.
Yeah, the P90. Some of my stuff I've had to retroactively go back and use. Like I use Lindy Fralin humbucking size P90s and stuff that I had humbuckers in because I wanted the P90 sound, but I didn't have a route for it. And I didn't want to start.
Right. And I didn't want. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
I
want
make that.
Yeah, and Lindy Fralin makes some good ones for that. So,
like, well, I was going to try that Seymour Duncan Fat Cat. I've heard it's pretty decent. You know,
yeah,
I mean, still lose a little of your tone. You know, because it's not a real P90, but you know, it's the size of a humbucker and it'll fit right in my you know, Les Paul. So
yeah, outside of the slide work on the whole Stereo Overthrow album, I cut all my guitar tracks with a P90. They were all. Yeah. It was. I'll show you. It was all cut with. It was all cut with this ES330 with you know, just straight Gibson, you know, P90s in them. Like that was like I cut all the rhythms with this, and it doesn't always come on tour because it's, you know, it's a pretty guitar, and I tend to you know, like, I mean, I brought to some festivals and stuff, but you know, for some of the, like, if it's more like you know, Roadhouse honky tonk kind of situations.
Oh yeah.
I would
so you said that's an ES330?
Yeah, it's a full hollow body. Instead of the 335, which has humbucker, it also has a center block in it. This doesn't have a center.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been wanting to trade mine for a Gibson Les Paul with two P90s in it, and it's been chambered. It's light as shit. I was like, damn, but I recorded. Guy let me use it and recorded on our new stuff with it. So fucking sounds amazing. And I'm playing through a VHT 6-watt amp, and it's wide ass open tubes are hot as shit. God, I love that sound. I wish I could play it live. It's just not loud enough, you know.
Yeah, that's, you know who's I try to play one of his actually before. Mike Ness is, you know, he uses the Les Paul Deluxes with P90s in them, you know, like 70s. And I really like his sound. He has modded modded Fender Bassman heads, and I always like the.
Hell yeah!
It's like a snotty sound. You know, I really like his sound. That's what started me on, you know, messing with P90s, and then you know, so I've been doing that a lot, and then, you know, now I think this one is going to be, you know, mostly my slide guitar, which is the Les Paul with the Lindy Fralin. It looks like the Bandit one. That's my slide guitar, and I'll probably use a Telecaster most of the time. Other than that, you know,
yeah, I can get off cheaper putting in the Fat Cat, or and I may check out that pickup you're talking about too. So I just you know, I'll have to order it, and I have to order something and then not like it, you know.
Yeah, it's stupid expensive too. Like they're not.
Yeah. One I'm talking about is only like 109 or some shit. It's 129.
Upwards of they're not as, there's worse, but you know, it's still like you like you said, if you don't like it, it sucks. You know, it's and I have a couple different humbucking P90s that I've tried. I have a BG one that took forever to come, and I have a couple different ones, you know, like because I like I like the ones that look closer to the real ones with the plastic, and the Friendlins don't have that. You know, they look like, you know, they have the metal cover on them, you know. So I don't care if you know, if you're in this of it, you know. But I'm getting used to this. I'm getting used to this Telecaster, so I might be taking it out because I'm feeling very Springsteen-y.
Oh, okay, very cool. I'll be taking one out I just got not too long ago. It's a Fender Jazzmaster with 3 P90s.
Oh yeah, those are slick.
Yeah, that some bitch rocks, man. I love it.
Yeah, there's so much. Sean uses Firebirds now. Like that's been what he's been. He has Les Paul too, you know, that he tracks.
But with the mini humbuckers.
Yeah, that's. I think that's what they are in Firebirds, right? They're the mini humbuckers. Yeah.
Some of them they put the full, you know, the full ones in, but no.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's the mini buckers, you know, and it's they got a good thing about them. They're hard. I don't like them to sing and play because the neck dives on it. And they're never where I seem to let them go. But if I were playing in a band and I didn't have to sing and be on the microphone, I would totally do the Firebird.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. Well, yeah, everybody, do not forget to come, and we need to tell those dates. So actually, that's going to be in a week and a half, June 22nd on Wednesday night. Scattered Hamlet is going to be at the High Note in Memphis, Tennessee. And then the next night, the 23rd of June, is Thursday. They are going to be at Howlin' Mouse in Jackson, and we're going to be there playing with them. That is Voodoo 13. And Friday night, they're going to be at the Nick in Alabama, which is the 24th. And we'll be the 24th. We'll actually be in Natchez, Mississippi at Locust Alley. And then the 25th, we'll both be at Long Beach at the bar called called Tracks, and Bar and Grill down in Long Beach, and that's the 25th of June. So y'all got 4 shows in a row, and we got 3. So it's going to be a hell of a good time. So can't wait. Wish we were playing all 4 together. That'd be a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's we could get that set up in the future. That'd be fun.
Oh yeah, definitely, no doubt. So, but
unless you see me like personally, like this dude's weird because like I tend to just sit in the van and listen to like 80s music and shit and don't talk to me.
Hey, I think I'm trying to remember what song you were doing. I don't remember what song you were doing, but you always do and set up and do a lot of cover songs, just you yourself. I sent you one to try. You need to try that song. It's by a guy called Kim Mitchell.
Okay.
Might as well go for a soda. Or it's just called "Go for a Soda."
Okay. Yeah. You did send that.
You heard that?
Yeah, I have to rethink that because I go and I run it through this program and I pull the guitars and vocals out.
Okay.
Yeah, I have like a program so I can take the song and put them in, and it separates the tracks by frequency, so I can take the tracks out and then read.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, it goes. You might have heard, I'm sure you've heard it before. It's a song from the early 80s, and it goes, might as well go for a soda. It's better than never. It's better than nice.
Yeah, cause right now, people have been throwing a lot at me because, like, I've done.
Well, when you can do that one.
Piano Man. What else did I do? The Seymour Fire Piano Man. I did, I did Born in the USA.
You just did Springsteen.
I did Springsteen. I could do any of those. That would be ridiculous. I could go.
You did something after Springsteen, didn't you?
Yeah, I know. I did a Billy Joel one. I did St. Elmo's Fire. I did Grant. I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You did Danzig?
I haven't done Danzig yet. No, that.
I thought you said Danzig. My bad. You cut out when you said that. So
yeah, no. That would be a good one too. Yeah.
I need to do Mother.
Yeah, that'd be a fun. We've done Long Way Back from Hell as Scattered Hamlet live before because we always do.
Oh, really?
Like we have a song. We're going to be doing this tour. We have the Allman Brothers in the set, so we'll surprise everybody.
Oh, okay.
So
we're doing 2 covers. We're doing one by Rose Tattoo, and the other one is Circus of Power.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I like but I had to do the shit online because none of the guys will ever cover any of the stuff that I want to cover online because probably nobody else wants to hear it. So I was like,
no doubt.
Appalachian Apostle rather do Billy Joel, which is there's not a huge demand for it, but on TikTok, son, I'll do what I want.
Oh yeah, no doubt. But yeah, everybody not next weekend, the weekend after, well, starting on Wednesday, if you're in the Memphis area, definitely go to High Tone and check these guys out. You're not going to be disappointed. Go to Scattered Hamlet. Is it scatteredhamlet.com?
Yeah. Scatteredhamlet.com. All information. You can also, if you just go to Google, you can Google Scattered Hamlet. Lots of stuff comes up. I like to Google myself. That sounds like I'm like doing something bad, but I like to Google myself. I like to Google myself. Yeah, to see what pops up. Like sometimes I'm just like, I just go through and I look at that. I'm like, oh shit, long story short.
Awesome. But yeah, go to YouTube and check them out because they got a lot of live stuff on there. And I just saw something the other day that said something that had never been released before, right? That y'all put out.
I don't know. Shit, I'm not aware.
I can't remember. Anyway, it was a video. It was on YouTube, Facebook. Or maybe it was. I can't remember, but it had a little video footage beforehand, and then it went to the live of y'all playing somewhere. I don't know where it was. A lot of blue lights.
Yeah, that would make sense. Like there's always a guy that yells at us for using poor live audio. It's funny. He gets really triggered by it. Like so there's a professional band, and you allow people to put cell phone audio on here. I'm like, well, who cares, dude? I was like, record it, dude. It's like, what are you trying to hide? I was like, yeah, it doesn't sound great, but I mean, if somebody wants to see it, watch it. But
exactly, who gives a shit? The only ones I don't like is when they're right up by the bass speaker, and all you can hear is.
Yeah, that's not awesome. Like most people record it, but like, yeah, this guy's like he gets really true. I can't even think of his name, but like we always have to like feel those. We try to answer all the haters as much as we can, but like
no doubt. But yeah, and if you're in the Mississippi area, Jackson, Mississippi, that is, on Thursday night, the 23rd, be at Howlin' Mouse. Yeah, there you go.
All guy thermos, by the way.
Shit, yeah. Love that. Love that. The 24th, of course, they're going to be in, if you're in, it's Birmingham, Alabama, I think, isn't it?
Yeah,
or is that Tuscaloosa? Birmingham, Alabama. And then Long Beach, Biloxi, Ocean Springs, Gulfport, whatever. I mean, Slidell, Louisiana. If you're in any of that area, please bring your ass out to the show at Tracks. There's going to be, I think it's either 5 or 6 bands. Scattered Hamlet is headlining, and we're playing the 2 bands before them. And so it's going to be a great night.
Yeah. I hate when they put 6 bands on. That's like,
oh yeah, no shit. I know, but you know,
it is. But it's all going to be good. But it's still
hell yeah. I hope that some bitch starts at like 5, but you know, we'll see.
Yeah, I start getting. I'll have somebody pacing around, yelling, being upset. That's what I do. That's when the.
Oh yeah. I don't doubt it.
That's what I do.
Well, cool, man. Well, I am going to get off of here. We'll let you go and get back to it, and I will see you next Thursday, and in Jackson, Mississippi. And like I said, everybody check them out. Check out Voodoo 13. Check out Talkbox Live. And this, matter of fact, this coming Wednesday night, we have Sebastian Labar, son of Jeff Labar from Cinderella. Sebastian plays with Tantric, and love that band. And he's actually going to be on our show Wednesday night. So y'all definitely check that out.
I don't think he knows me. He doesn't care, but I did talk to him one time, and I probably just asked him a lot of questions about Tom Kiefer because I'm really impressed. He was like my favorite guitar player.
Actually, I'm going to see Tom this weekend.
But to
Tom Kiefer band in LA Guns and Faster Pussycat.
Oh yeah, Tony's their guitar player is great. It's good. I met him in Nashville before, and if you get me on a Cinderella kick or a Tom Kiefer kick, like this guy and I just like hanging out, and it turned out we were both playing at the same festival, but we were hanging out like in a Guitar Center, and he's just like, "What band are you?" And he's like, and I told him, I was like, "Who are you playing with?" He's like, "I'm playing with Tom Kiefer." I was like, "Let me get a chair. Hang on, I got a lot of questions."
No doubt.
And like this poor guy's like looking at me. He's like, "Oh wow, like this guy's gonna really like." And then I think he was even more like wigged out. Then I was like, "What festival are you playing?" I'm like, "We're playing on that." I was like, "Because we were gonna be." They actually had to cancel because of Tom Kiefer had a voice thing. Well, like, yeah. So poor Tom got away. That's why he canceled the show. They probably were like, "There's gonna be this guy, and he's gonna walk up to you on stage, and he's gonna ask you 6,000 questions. You should just cancel the show." So that's what happened. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I saw Cinderella on their very first big tour. They were opening for David Lee Roth in '86 in Memphis, Tennessee. So that was fucking killer.
Was that Skyscraper, David Lee Roth, or was that still when he's doing like just Gigolo?
Oh, that was Eat 'em and Smile. Eat 'em and Smile.
Yep. Oh yeah, got that one.
Yeah. So that was when Eat 'em and Smile first came out. So oh shit, Night Songs first came out. So yeah, that was a great fucking show.
What's the greatest Cinderella album? My friend and I argue about this all the time.
You know, I have to say Night Songs. I can listen to it from front to back. Long Cold Winter is awesome, but I just I just have to go with the fucking freshman album. So
that's what my buddy always says. We go back and forth about that. So, yeah.
But I love Cinderella. I don't give a damn what song it is. So, yeah. Well, cool, man. I will see you out on the road next week, and you have a good one. Tell the family hello for me, and all that good stuff.
See you soon, man. Thank you.
I do. Have a good one. Bye. All right, everybody. Don't forget to check us out next Wednesday night. This Wednesday night. Going to be with Sebastian Labar from Tantric. And then 2 weeks from then, I'm going to have on the 29th, going to have John LeRae, the drummer for Tantric, is going to be on. So definitely, y'all check it out. Peace and love. Everybody have a good time. And we will see y'all on the road. Voodoo 13. Later.